welcome to my channel. My name's Emily, the Petite Beauty blogger, and in today's video I'll be doing a gory smile look. So I kind of got these gory smile prosthetics from, this is Smithy's, but I got it from Red Carpet FX, and I am just going to cut them to size. But first, what I am going to do is I make sure that my face is completely clean before I start any makeup, and especially before I start any prosthetics, just so it's easier for things to stick on and make sure the makeup application's as perfect as it can be. So here are the prosthetics. They are just very cheap. They were very cheap. This cost me about £5, so don't expect them to be, you know, TV quality, but I will give them a try as always, because I know money's tight and I can't afford to spend loads of expensive, I can't afford to buy loads of expensive stuff, so it will go on like this. But what I will do is I will cut it to size. Now, I did have the Smithy's one in the last video, and in my total opinion I didn't cut off as much as I'd wanted to, so I'm going to make sure I cut enough off to make it look more realistic. It will be a lot of just looking. Obviously I have got a small face. The guy in the picture is a bloke, so of course we're going to have different shaped faces, and mine's going to be a lot smaller than his, and mine's a lot smaller than most, but I will have it all the way up here. So I've got just a little pair of scissors, and I am just going to cut off that first little edge right there, because I want the cut to start right from my lips, like so. And I might even cut into the cut, so we can kind of separate it slightly and almost fit it in, and then it will look more realistic. Now this is what you've got to do with cheaper prosthetics, is you've really got to make them work. They can work, so don't worry about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the skin bit, because I feel like sometimes it's a bit harder to blend. Obviously it's different for everyone else, but I personally don't like it, so I'm just going to cut it off, but cut off tiny bits at a time, because once you've cut it off you cannot go back. As you can see, I've split it down there, and that's going to help give us more of a rip kind of cut, and it's going to help it stick like so. And there you go, there's one side. I'm just going to quickly go off camera and do the other side. So really just take your time and make sure you don't have to rush, because if you rush it can come out a lot worse. And as you can see, that's a bit better. And then I'll use blurs and colours stuff just to, blend it in together. So I've cut them both out just like so, and they are now ready to be glued on. But the first thing I am going to do as part of this look is I'm going to try and glue my brows down, so I have no brows. And for glue I have got, of course, the Elmer's purple glue. Now, I learnt this from watching a lot of drag queens. I watch Trixie Mattel's videos all the time, and if a drag queen suggests doing it when they're pros at it, I'm going to listen. To be honest, if a drag queen tells me to do anything, I'll probably do it. But the thing about the purple one is that it dries clear. But what you're going to do is you're going to take your glue, and you are just going to do it against the grain of your brow to really get all the glue in. Right, there we go. Now I have done my brows, and you can see, yep, it's very clear. I like that. I am going to take a spoolie just to brush them up upwards. This was very weird, but I watch a lot of drag queens, and don't worry, my hair will not fall out or rip out. I know that's some misconception with gluing down brows, but you'll be fine. Then once I have brushed them up, I'm going to go back in with that Elmer's glue just to go up towards it to help them stick down just that extra bit better, because my hairs don't like to stay in place. I have hairs that like to go in all different directions, so I like to make sure they are flat. Now I know not every drag queen does it for, or anyone does it necessarily tie the brows, but more for texture reasons. Perfect. Now I'm going to let them dry slightly. I'm going to get them, but not too dry. I want them to still be a bit sticky, and I'm going to cover them with concealer and powder. So first thing I'm going to go in with is powder, and I've got this banana powder, and I'm going to apply it with this giant sponge. Now I am going to do powder first because my brows are still a bit sticky. I feel like the powder is just going to stick to it and have it completely phase out my brows. See? And what you're going to do is you're going to pack it on, but don't blend it out yet because you want it to set in there. Because you want that pigment. Now of course this banana powder isn't the most pigmented, so it's not going to hide completely, but we can try. And this is why I like to do this first before anything else, because the powder goes everywhere and I don't want to ruin anything. Like so. And now I'm going to go and let them dry. My god, I look weird. Now it's kind of set a bit. I'm just going to go in with my powder brush just to brush off the excess. Now obviously at the moment you can kind of still see them, so I will be going in with my conceal and define just to make sure they are covered. Just taking my mirror. I like to really go over them with the doe fat applicator. There we go. And luckily this is the new product, so I can pick up a lot at once and just completely cover those brows. It's probably way too much. But for extra coverage I will just be leaving that to slightly dry, because when you leave concealer for a second to dry it becomes more full coverage, even though you can still blend it, so don't worry about that. But obviously I want it to be as covered as possible. Okay, so I've let them dry for about a minute or so, and all I'm going to do now is go in with this sponge just to blend it out. Make sure you really pack it on. I like to do it a few times just to make sure that we are getting that coverage. Now I haven't really covered my brows before, I tried it once, so if it's not perfect then please be kind. I'm not a pro at this, but I am just trying. So here's the glue they do give you in the pack. I did use up my other one, it is kind of sticky. All I'm going to do now is carefully place the prosthetics on my face, and I am just going to use my hand to put weight on it to keep it down as it dries. And now I'm gluing down the other side, and this is the time where you make sure it's completely symmetrical. So now I'm going to go in with Snazzaroo in a white, and I'm just going to use this to cover my entire face. To apply it, I'm just going to use a wet sponge and I'm just going to use dabbing motions just to blend it in. When applying the white, I always apply it to my ears and down my neck so it looks more authentic. So I'm trying my best not to make this look like the Joker because I kind of wanted it to be my own thing, but now I've realised it kind of looks a bit like the Joker. So yeah, take it as you will. Using the Revolution Pro Special Effects Face Palette, I'm just going to be adding in details because the details and the extra colouring is what's going to make this more realistic, because of course this prosthetic didn't look that real, so I'm trying to make it as real as possible. And what I go in with is a deep red purple. I never really use black when it comes to special effects because that's not true to your body. When you open it up, there's not much black, it's usually a lot of deep reds. And I'm going to bring it into the mouth and kind of create a line so it all connects together. When doing special effects, I use a load of different shades of red because that's how your body is. So I use deep reds, I use some bright reds, and I use some more purpley reds. All I'm going to do now is apply some black around my eyes to give me a haunted look, and then I will apply some colour at the end around the edges to make it look a bit more cool. And I am just going to bring that down slightly because I like the way that looked and it gives the eye look a bit more of an edge. Using the Morphe Artistry palette, I'm going to deepen that black by using a shadow because I like to use a wet product and then go over it with a powder, and then it sets it and makes it look more deeper and darker. And now for that extra fun, I'm just going to blend out the edges at the top with a red shadow. The red in the eyes will really tie in with the red in the lips. And now to finish off the details, I'll be going back in with that Revolution Pro palette and just deepening in the mouth line with a deep dark red shade. And now for my most favourite part, I'm just going to be dripping on that blood. Now I am just going to be dripping it into the cut itself, but I will let it drip out because obviously if you cut your mouth open, it's not going to just be neat. So really you can be as messy as you like with this and just have fun. This blood is from Krylon and it is external. One thing I learnt when I did my special effects course, one thing I didn't think about, is blood comes in loads of different types. So you can obviously have darker blood that's in the body, and you can have blood that's just come out of your arm that's a bit more red, and you can also have scabby kind of blood, and you know, blood that's been exposed to air, and it really all is different. So make sure you do get the right one when you are choosing your look, because it really does matter. Now for some extra lovely gore, I'm just going to let it drip out of the mouth. I like to just do big blobs coming out of my mouth, and then I just let it drip down by itself. There you go, all done. And there's a completed look, all completely gory. I hope you like it. Comment down below. I hope you're liking my Halloween videos. There's still some more to come, so stay tuned. And thank you for watching. If you did enjoy my videos, please like, please comment, and please subscribe. You can find my official photos for this on my Instagram at Petite Beauty Blogger. You can also like my pro Facebook page, facebook.com/MUA by Emily. And you can check out my website and I'll link it down below. And thank you for watching. Bye!